Hi guys, this is John from Meatgistics University, and this is Meat Processing Equipment 206 Advanced Sausage Stuffers. Now we've already covered the basics of stuffers in Meat Processing Equipment 102, but there are a few things that we wanted to make more clear, and I wanted to take a slightly deeper dive into the full line of Walton Stuffers. Now Walton's has three types of stuffers. We've got a 7-pound single speed stuffer that operates on a horizontal gear. It's got a threaded rack, so as you turn the handle, it moves this horizontal gear and pushes your rack either down or up, depending on which way you go. And we've got 4 different sizes of dual speed stuffers. Now we've got the 7 and 11 for smaller batches, and then we've got the 26 and 33 for larger batch processing. Now the only difference in the dual speed stuffers, apart from the size, is that the 26 and 33 have handles on the front and the rear of the cylinder to make loading and moving it a lot easier. Now Walton's dual speed sausage stuffers have stainless steel frames, cylinder, and stuffing tubes, which are 3 of the main portions of the stuffer. Now the cylinder locks into the frames in 4 places, 2 on the top and 2 in the bottom. It's going to keep it in there securely during the stuffing process. The stuffing tubes are easy to switch out. Simply unscrew this trefoil nut, place the new stuffing tube that you want to use up against the machine, and screw the nut back on. Now Walton stuffers have 2 gears on the side that you can hook the handle up to, a top and a bottom, and these are for moving the piston. Now this top one is the high speed gear, and it should only be used when you're backing the piston out of the cylinder. The bottom gear is the one that you want to be stuffing on. The gearbox in these is aluminum with zinc plated steel. So when you turn the crank, that's what's going to move the gears and pushes the rack down through the cylinder. Now the rack lines up with the gears in the box so that it moves up and down as you turn the crank. At the bottom of the rack is a screw that allows you to attach the piston. The piston is aluminum with a durable plastic gasket that goes on the outside to prevent the meat from escaping back up into the cylinder. It also has an adjustable air release valve to allow air to escape the cylinder and not be pushed down into your sausage. Now as the piston goes down, it's going to push your meat down through the opening of the tube and out into your sausage stuffing or bags, whatever you're stuffing it into. Now there was a change at some point in how we orientate the gasket. So now, instead of the gap being at the top of the piston, you're going to want to orientate it so the gap is at the bottom of the piston like this. Now, I've done a lot of testing, and if you put a gasket upside down, it will work. You just might get a little bit more of the meat escaping around the edges of the piston and on top of it. Now, Walton's dual speed sausage stuffers come with 4 sizes of stuffing tubes. A 12mm for snack sticks and breakfast sausage, a 16mm for hot dog size sausages, a 22mm for bratwurst and smoked sausages, and then a 38mm for large summer sausage and stuffing it into bulk poly bags. Now, a few tips on using a sausage stuffer. A wood clamp like this one can be a huge help. Now, this is especially true when you're processing alone, because you can clamp it down to the table and it's going to prevent the sausage stuffer from rocking back and forth as you crank. Now you could also remove the frame from the base and bolt this directly into a table that you can easily sanitize. I mean, that's just for anyone who's got a spare table they want to use just for that. And while we're talking about cranking, if you're cranking a handle and it's having a really hard time moving, you need to back it out and make some adjustments to your batch. The first thing I would do is to adjust the air release valve. If that doesn't do it for you, then I'd take the entire canister with the meat in it and cool it down for a while in a freezer. Meat that's really cold is going to stuff much easier as the fat will be less sticky. Finally, if those don't work, you might need to add some water to your batch. If you try to keep cranking, you could be building up pressure in here, and when you let go of this handle, it could spin rapidly in the opposite direction and it could injure somebody. Now, if you're trying to determine which size will work best for you, you should take a few things into account. The first is obviously batch size. If you're making mostly 5 to 10 pound batches, then the 7 and 11 pound stuffers are probably your best option. If you make larger batches, then the 26 or 33 pound stuffers will end up saving you a lot of time. Another thing to take into account is the strength and effort it's going to require. The pistons on the 26 and 33 pound stuffers are far bigger than on the 7 and 11 pound models. This means that they're going to require a lot more effort to crank as there's more surface area and more meat to be pushed down through the cylinder and out the casing. Now finally, you might also want to take a look at our 26 pound electric sausage stuffer. This stuffer takes almost all of the effort out of sausage stuffing. It's got a speed dial on the side so you can quickly set how quick you want it to come out or slow. It's got a foot pedal so you can stop and start the piston from going up or down simply by either pushing your foot or taking the pressure off. The stuffer might not help you stuff much faster than a hand crank model, but it will be much easier. This would be a good stuffer for someone who does a lot of stuffing by themselves or for someone just looking to make it much easier. One note on this stuffer is that it's not currently going to work for smaller diameter snack stick size products. It should only be used for bratwurst and larger sausages. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltonsinc.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. Thanks for watching. I'm John with Meatgistics University, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to watch more amazing videos, or shop at waltonsinc.com to find everything but the meat. Check out our latest sales and giveaway video here, or watch another hand-picked video by clicking here.